society today, there's a great myth being sold today to many people, many young people in particular. And the myth is that your ultimate meaning and satisfaction and fulfillment in life is going to come from your own individualistic pursuit of your own pleasure. And so what that practically works out as is often what's told to young people today is things like, you don't need to get married, you don't need to have children, you don't need to do any of that. You just need to pursue your career and financial success and the satisfaction of all of your hopes and dreams and desires, and you will live a very fulfilled life. You will be satisfied. Now, there's nothing wrong with pursuing a career, yes? Would you agree with that? Yes, I would agree with that. For men or women, there's nothing wrong with working a job. I don't think that. But if you sacrifice your family for your career, I'll just make a prophetic statement. Your life is going to get pretty doggone lonely as you get older. Do not be so naive as to think that you can find fulfillment and satisfaction in life completely independently from other human beings, and specifically the most vital human relationships that any of us have. There are many people today, statistically, many people, and this disproportionately is young women. Why is that? Because men do not have the same kind of biological clock that women do. So what's being told to many, many young women is you don't need a family, you don't need a husband, you don't need children, you don't need any of that. Just get a career. Just climb the corporate ladder. And then what happens is people get into their late 30s and their 40s and their 50s, and they realize that a certain ship has sailed and there's no going back. And what we are finding today is that those chickens are coming home to roost in the form of a startlingly high number of people in general and women in particular who are experiencing profound depression, a profound sense of regret and lack. And I think a lot of that has to do with people are being sold a lie that you can just basically live your life as a narcissist. You can live your life and have it all be about you pursuing your own pleasure and your own success, whatever you want to define that to mean. And then people are getting into their later years, into the second half of their life, and they're realizing what Solomon says is an unhappy business, a person who's toiling, and they never have the concept of like, who do I have to share this with? Because the reality is they don't have anyone to share it with. And let me tell you something, church, I don't want to reach the final years of my life and where I'm on my third or fourth marriage and my family is scattered across the known cosmos, and I have no meaningful connections, and I go into my twilight years surrounded by no one. And then I reach the end of my days, and the reality is, but the reality is no one actually cares. What a horrifying fate. And if you live your life as a narcissist, that kind of picture is your destiny, this side of eternity. On the other side of that, the positive example, I want to live my life in such a way that when I get to the later years of it, I have many people in my clan who I love, who I'm surrounded by. And then when I go to my death, I want that to be surrounded by people who love me, who I love, who I've poured out my life for.